Today is November 16th, 2025, and welcome to the 462nd episode of the So Videogames podcast. Here on the show, we talk about any game at all, including new stuff, old stuff, and anything in between. My name is Brad Galloway. I'm the one-man host of the show most of the time. I'm also the editor of GameCritics.com, a website that uses the full range of review scores from 0 to 10. We're going to cut through some of the other stuff that I usually start with today because we have a special guest. Carlos Rodella, everybody's favorite man about town, is back. Carlos, what's up, dude?
I am still about town, but I'm here on the podcast as well.
You are. So you are both about town and on the podcast. Are you recording while you're mobile? Are you in a bus? Are you in a train?
No, I've not. I'm not about right now.
You're parked.
I'm just in town. I don't know.
You're in town, not about town. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
What you been up to, big guy?
Lots of content, making a lot of videos and podcasts. And I was telling you this earlier before the show, but I'm a big fan of this show called The Chair Company, and we made a podcast about it just because me and my friend were like nerds about the show. And people are watching or listening to that podcast, so I've been doing that a lot. Lots of things. You know, me, I just keep making things. I put on all my bios now that I just make stuff. That's just the easiest way to explain it. Yeah.
Makes sense. You are a maker. You always have had that creative urge, those ideas. Yeah, you're very spontaneous and very full of ideas. You're definitely good like that for sure.
I'm full of stuff.
You're full
and
of
also
stuff.
I'm full of stuff. And I brought back Glitch to the Ground because I haven't done that for a couple months. And it's always kind of around, but it's funny because, you know, you forget if people even care, you know, the minute you're out of the eye of like people watching stuff. And then I did a video today about Where Winds Meet, which we'll talk about on the show, where I turned into a dog, spoiler, and I'm running around as a dog. And of course, like people like checked it out and they're like, hey, where have you been? Oh my goodness. So I'm doing that again, Glitch to the Ground.
Well, I'm sure that people will be glad to see it back. I will dip in and catch some of that stuff as well. But things going well otherwise, basically?
Yeah, I mean,
I know there's a lot going on. That's kind of a loaded question.
And also money. Like just to be like TMI at the top, I had like a, pretty good paying job, but then that went away. So I've been doing freelancing, and so it's been a little tricky.
Yeah, dude, I hear you. It's tough all over, tricky. Man. It is tough all over for sure. All right, well, let's talk about some good stuff. Let's just get into it. I know we've got a pile of games to talk about today. Before we get to that, though, let's do just a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to be talking about tidbits, news items, industry happenings, anything randomly game adjacent in the last 7 days or so. Carlos, I'm going to kick it off with the Steam Deck announcement. I am famously a console guy. Case in point, I have these mysterious tech gremlins that follow me wherever I go. You know, I've got bad tech karma. And right before the podcast, we had like 17 different things go wrong with the recording for no reason, literally no reason. Haven't touched my computer, haven't done anything at all. There's no reason it should be like that, and it was. And that's just kind of par for the course with me. That's my anti-tech aura. But consoles and me get along pretty well most of the time. So I am not a PC guy, but I am kind of interested in the consoleization of PC gaming, although I know there's lots of problems with that. Have you heard about Steam's new announcement? They're going to be putting out this box. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I mean, people are talking about it on YouTube, and I think they've shown the box, right? And it's this little square.
Yeah, it looks just like a square kind of a thing. I mean, what are your thoughts? I know you're already on PC and stuff like that, but what's your quick take on it?
I think it might help. I'm kind of worried about the Wi-Fi part of it. Like, how does it, like talk to your PC? Like, is there any latency there? I don't know if people have talked about that yet, but like, that's my only concern. If they've solved that problem, or like, remember, it's like transporting the signal to make it sound like crazy futuristic from your PC to your to that box. Is that okay? Like, is it, if it's not hardwired?
Yeah,
that's the only thing that makes me nervous. You know what I mean?
Is there not a port for a hardware? I assume there probably would be. I didn't check out like the back of the box or the specs or whatever. Is there not a thing?
Yeah, if there was, I'm just looking at my setup right now. It would have to be a long wire. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's kind of annoying. But the short answer is I would like it because I like getting off my computer and turning my chair because I have a small room and just looking at the TV. And then that's much easier on the eyes and it's farther away. So I'm all for it.
Well, it's interesting. I think this is like a cool idea, but I think it is kind of at loggerheads with just like the nature of consoles in general. I mean, I suppose because, you get a console and your box is locked down. Like we have not really ever significantly been in the phase where you're upgrading your console. Like, man, I know there was a couple memory pack boosters and whatnot over the years, but it was never like a commonly accepted thing. It was always like a one-off. But like, you get your console, it's a closed box. Developers know what the specs are. Those are locked in, and then everybody can develop for that, and they don't have to like have this moving target of like 75,000 different PC setups and everything, right? So that's the bonus of a console. And I know the PC world is not like that. And so I wonder if Steam does really get behind this, honestly get behind it for real, are they going to suggest or somehow put pressure on people to be like, yo, this is the box designed for this, and don't get all wacky with your specs? I mean, do you think that's a realistic thing?
Wait, are you saying that they're going to upgrade it or they're not?
Well, so that's the question. I mean, I think for at least a certain period of time, it seems to me, if they are following console philosophy, that they would not want that box to be moving target. They would be like, hey, everybody, here's the specs in the box. So how about everybody design for these specs? Kind of like the way that console publishers do, but PC is a different world, right? So not every developer is like that. It's kind of wild and woolly. Everybody does their own thing. And these tech wizards kind of make it all work. But if there's this specific box, do you think that Steam's going to be suggesting to people to be like, yo, support the box? Don't be putting out games 1 month after the box comes out that already can't run on the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if that would change the developer path of like their development cycle, right? Yeah. Like people would just be like making things for the lower. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Or here's the thing. It probably splits the audience. That's what happens.
Yeah, I think so too.
So your hardcore PC person who's upgrading all the time to the 5090s or whatever is going to always, the developer is going to develop for both. And so it's like that lowest common denominator, the simplest version of this game will also be designed for the box.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be it.
That'll be weird. And, I don't know if people remember this, but people tried this already. I mean, a couple times, but there was a pretty notable Steam box that came out a while ago. And in fact, I think I even still have it. I got one when it came out brand new. And, like we were checking it out. I had a couple friends over at the time. I don't think you were not there. Were you? Were you there or no?
I don't think I was there, but I know the Steam Deck. Was that what's just called the Steam Deck?
No, it was even before that.
Oh, okay.
This was like a while ago. I mean, this was like pre-COVID. This was like when my kid was like real small. And I had a bunch of people over, and I had some Thai food, and we like got together to check it out. And like that was cool, but like there was already problems right off the bat. Like a lot of games were configured for it, and a lot of games didn't run, and like nobody was really paying any attention to it. And so it went obsolete like within 6 months because just, development continued on without it, and the box wasn't able to keep up. And so I'm wondering if the plan is not to keep sticking new graphics cards in this box every 6 months, it does seem like if Steam is really serious, they're going to have to tell people to like not get crazy and stick to these specs. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
They haven't announced a price either. I was just reading briefly that people are suspecting at least $1,000, if not more. What do you think?
Jeez, that seems a lot.
I mean, it is, but I mean, what's a good PC go for? I don't know. I haven't been in the PC market for a while.
Well, two things. One, I just got a PC not only a couple years ago, or maybe even like a year ago for work, and we got it down to 600.
Okay.
And it's a good PC, and it's got a good graphics card. So like, yeah, I think 1,000 is way too much, especially in this economy. Blah blah blah. But also, just like for a console, like even the fanciest PS5 Pro, what, $600 or something?
Something like that. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think that would be nuts if they did 1,000 for that box.
Well, just to be clear, that was speculation. That was not an official Steam price point or anything. So
I think it should be a $500-600, compete with the other console box. And you know what though? Okay, here's I'm a Debbie Downer this whole episode, by the way. It's a spoiler for everybody. I'm just like not feeling it, and you get in those modes in life and in games. But also, I think I don't think this is going to work because alluding to what you said, you and I both have seen every version of this, which is try to bring the PC to your television. Yeah. And even like the On Live, remember On Live?
Oh, sure.
Stream your games. Yeah. All of it has failed. The only thing that's successful is the handheld.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the ROG Ally and all those ones where it's bringing the PC to your handheld, you bring it with you, you bring your Steam library. But the TV is elusive. And so I'm not 100% sure on this one.
Well, okay, question for you then. I have not touched the ROG Ally or any of those, the Steam Deck or anything like that. So I guess my question is, if that works, and I see a lot of people talk about it. I mean, I hear people all the time be like, "Oh, I love my my Steam Deck and my ROG Ally and stuff like that, or whatever," and that's cool. But like, that's also a locked platform. I mean, I guess are people not having that same problem of games not running on it, or I guess why is that successful? But it was always a problem before. Why is it not a problem now?
Yeah, I wonder. I think my short answer will be because of the screen size. I mean, if you think about it, like if you're seeing something smaller, maybe you're not like focusing on the graphics as much.
So they can run at lower specs and has lower demands, maybe.
Run at lower specs, or you just wouldn't even know. Like, say it's like not even looking as good as the
sure, because it's like 10 times, literally 10 times smaller than your home monitor.
It's so much smaller, and you're just like whatever. And so like, and also this is an aside, but as people's eyes get worse,
dude, yes, I know.
Because right now I'm wearing glasses as we speak. Like, if you don't have your glasses on, you're not probably noticing.
Okay, so that's a funny point, and I think it's a good point. I think it's a good point.
It's a side point, but yeah, it's true.
That's actually good. We're not going to find the answer to that right now, but I think actually your point is actually a pretty astute one. Where if you're playing on an 8-inch screen or however big the screen is, 6 inches or whatever the fuck it is, yeah, I mean you're not going to be wanting all the bells and whistles because you can barely see it as is. So you probably you can play it on like the low settings and get away with that for a lot longer.
I know, right? Okay. And you're just still getting your mission done.
That's
See what I mean? Like a lot of people playing on handheld are like, well, I want to get the campaign done or whatever.
Yeah.
And I could do that on the go. So, anyways.
All right. Okay. Well, just a heads up that it's out. No price point has been announced. I'll kind of be keeping an eye on this because there's a lot of PC games I would like to play, and I just don't want to be at my computer. So that's always kind of tempting to me. But like you said, they've never cracked that code up. I don't think anybody's ever cracked the code. Closest they've come is a handheld, so I'll be keeping an eye on it. We'll see. $1,000, that's a hard no, but if it comes in competitive, yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right. Moving on. One more thing in housekeeping for me. I guess we should probably ask Carlos. You got anything or no?
No, I don't got
Okay, no worries. The Indie Game Awards have been announced. They have their nominees. You can go to indiegameawards.gg and see all of the different categories. They've got like 10 or 12 different categories. We're not going to go through all those right now, but I did want to get your impression on some of these things, Carlos. They have Game of the Year nominees, and it looks like they got a handful here. Let me read these through, and you tell me real quick, if you feel that, you don't feel it, or maybe you just don't even know what it is. Who knows, right? Okay? You ready? Absolum. Don't know?
Don't know it.
Okay. And Roger.
Don't know it.
Blueprints.
I played it, and I did not like it.
Okay. Citizen Sleeper 2.
You love it. So, yes, I don't know. You love it.
I had a quick side note. I had a hot and cold relationship with this one because it was buggy as fuck when I played it.
Okay.
I never finished it because it was too buggy. I need to come back to it, and it's now November 16th, so I've got a limited amount of time to get back to it. Moving on, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33.
I liked it, but I was depressed by it. I know it's an unpopular opinion. It's very good, so that'll probably win.
I mean, a lot of depressive stuff in there for sure, so I hear you.
Yeah.
Next one, Consume Me.
I want to play that. I've seen so much about it.
I keep hearing about it. I have literally no idea what it's about. It's like a PC only, I believe.
It's like a little kid growing up, and it's like a life story. It's weird.
Okay.
You eat. I think you eat.
You eat something. Hades 2.
Don't care for the Hades series either. I'm a downer this episode. Sorry.
It's totally fine.
You love Hades, right? Don't you love Hades?
I thought I had a hot and cold with Hades 1. I did go back and finish it after much heartburn. Hades 2, I bounced out of pretty quickly. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, jeez. What's wrong with me? I think I don't like games anymore. That's what this episode is going to be. No, I don't know. No.
Yeah, okay. I didn't. In fact, I should be giving my impressions too. Let me go back.
I know.
Absolum.
I'm just me.
I know. Sorry,
angry.
I'm putting you on the spot here. Absolum. Haven't played it. I heard it was like okay. And Roger. Don't know what that is. Blueprints. Didn't like it. Citizen Sleeper 2. I believe I would love it if I could get it to fucking run. So I'm gonna go back and try it again on PlayStation. Claire Obscure. Yes, I loved it. Although it feels really weird to be alongside all these other tiny indie games. That's strange. Consume Me. Haven't played it. Heard good things. Hades 2. Thought it was fun, but I bounced. Hollow Knight Silksong, did not care for it. Those developers need to get a fucking attitude adjustment. They are way too aggro.
Okay, then you're with me so far.
I did not care for Hollow Knight Silksong, and it made me double mad because I paid for it, and I got pissed because I thought it was very mean-spirited. Keep Driving, never heard of it, don't know what it is.
Don't know what it is.
And last one, Pipistrello and the Curse Yo-Yo. My wife likes it, but she kind of fell off of it. I haven't played it. What about you?
Is that the one where you have a yo-yo?
Yep, a cursed yo-yo.
Yeah, did I play that? Is it like a 3D platformer?
No, it's a top-down Zelda-like in presentation.
Don't know it.
No, okay.
Don't know. I don't know any of these games. That's crazy. I usually know all the games.
Well, I guess it's been a weird year. It's been a very weird year because I feel like when we get to Game of the Year time, I feel like everybody's list is going to be wildly fucking different. I mean, there's only going to be one or two games I think anybody has in common, and I think the rest is going to be just like scattershot, who knows what.
Maybe.
All right. Just wanted to throw that out there. Please go over to the Indie Games website, check it out. I'm not sure if you can vote. You don't vote for these, do you? Is that just like a panel or what?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Life's too busy. I don't care. Okay, moving on. I'm going to skip what we published this week because I did not prepare. Patreon. Quick shout out for the Patreon. Fuck it. I'll talk about it at the end of the show. We'll get to that. YouTube at GameCritics.com. Videos. Check it out. All right, let's get to the circle backs. Carlos, I'm going to start. Do you have any circle backs by any chance? It's been a while since you've been on, but just asking.
What did I talk about last time? I can't even remember.
I don't know.
I'm going to circle back to what I must have been playing a game that I could talk about if I just thought about it for a second.
You think about it for a minute. I'll talk about Dying.
Okay.
I'll circle back to Dying Light the Beast.
Yeah.
I had just scratched the surface of it when I brought it to the show initially last week, and so I've spent more time with it. And I have to say, the more time I spend with it, the more impressed I am with it. I am kind of surprised by this one, and that sounds. It sounds like backhanded compliment, or it sounds insulting. I certainly don't mean it to be. I apologize to developers if that sounds like a negative compliment. Negative compliment? Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, you just made it up.
So I guess I was just expecting, the usual kind of stuff. But I've actually been quite impressed with the level of detail that's in the game. The levels. So basically, your first person parkour, kind of like in the original Dying Light. It's the same guy. I forget what his name is, but the same main character from the first Dying Light. The developers tell me that the story is going to all come together. It's going to connect to Dying Light 1 and Dying Light number 2, which is cool. I never played Dying Light number 2. I bought it, but I just never made time for it. So it's on my PlayStation. I just haven't got to it. But in this one, you start the game and you are infected after being experimented on for like a decade, and they do a little montage where they're sticking all sorts of electric stuff up your butt and cutting your eyes open and doing all sorts of mean stuff to you. You have this zombie virus that's like raging inside you, and when you roid out after a certain amount of time or whatever, you get like in this zombie like invincibility mode, which is kind of cool. Like you just Hulk out for a second. But when you're not hulking out, you are your normal self, and you are in the city. You're in Europe now. You're not in the Middle East anymore, and so you have to like scope out the area, establish little safe houses, investigate rumors, and it's not like revolutionary. I'm not going to say that this like reinvents the genre or anything, but I feel like it's really well done. I feel like the levels are pretty cool designed. One of the very first like optional areas I went to was like an apartment building, and they're like, "Oh, there may be something here for you to find." And I'm like, "All right, well, I'm cool. I'm in no rush. Let's check this out and see what's what." And like it was huge. It was like this giant fucking building, and there was all sorts of intricacies to it, and like multiple floors and lots of areas to like stealth out the zombies and kill them from behind. And it wasn't just a check the box. Like it really seemed like they took a lot of time to like construct this area. Like it felt like, oh, okay, wow, there's like quite a bit here, like outside and inside and hallways and stuff, and there was just like a lot to do. So that was pretty cool. Running and jumping around, big skill tree that I haven't fully unlocked. I'm like a million miles away from fully unlocking it. But there's like a lot of area to cover as you're like parkouring around, and then there's also lots of stuff to do, like dodging zombies and kind of going through the water to avoid them. Kind of being situationally aware has been pretty good. Again, nighttime cycle, and I'm just like, fuck nighttime. I'm out. I know they want you to play during nighttime, and I'm like, fuck that.
I never do.
No,
fuck that.
So I just I time it in the back of my mind to make sure that I'm always within running distance of a safe zone or something, and I'm kind of just like, I'm actually going through it a lot more slowly than I thought I would. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like I'm just really taking in the scenery, the lay of the land, trying to figure out where I'm going, playing very cautious, like way more cautiously than I thought I would, which I think is fine. I think the tension is up, and I'm kind of just like really just absorbing it all. So that's all I got to say for right now. There's still like a lot of game ahead of me, but I just wanted to say like I've been pleasantly surprised with how well put together it feels, and I feel like it's really quality, and I feel myself kind of like, I feel the hook's kind of getting into me where I'm like, okay, like I'm thinking about it, like I'm like, oh, there's that one building I didn't go to, and oh, if I cross that bridge, I bet I can get to that place and I can skip those zombies that are down there, and I'm kind of like running it through my head when I'm not playing, which is always the sign of a great game, right? So still pretty new. I'm still like in the early days. And apologies to developers for not playing more, but it's like, it's Q4. There's like 1,000 games I need to play before Game of the Year time. So I'm doing a little bit every day, but I've been very pleasantly surprised by it, and it has stuck with me. It does feel like something that I do want to finish all the way. So I'll report back on it again, but Dying Light the Beast feels great so far. And if you really enjoyed the first Dying Light, I would strongly, it's like a no-brainer. Like if you want more of that, I think this absolutely delivers so far.
You reminded me to pick it up because I played 1 and 2, beat both of them.
Oh, really? Number 2 also?
Yeah. Yeah, and I realize as I'm doing this kind of like, there's a part of me that's Debbie Downer about games right now, but the other part is like the things that I do like, you kind of hone in on what you really like. And mine is obviously RPGs and some other things. But one of them is open world, first person action adventure game that kind of like you level up a little bit, but there's a story that you need to complete.
Yep.
I mean, think Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
Like I lost myself in that world because of that vibe. And Dying Light was that same way for me. Like I did not stop playing those games. Like we never talked about 2, I don't think, on the show.
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, I played the shit out of it, beat it. I don't like the ending. Just similar to the 1, I didn't like either ending.
I remember that.
But the experience was great, and the whole time I just really enjoyed it. So if the Beast is more of that, I probably should go back. It's not full price, right? Isn't it a little bit cheaper?
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure. But if you like, if what you're describing is exactly what it delivers, so it's got the RPG, it's got the story missions. I even found like other content too. Like I found this little treasure map where somebody's like, "Oh, I stashed some stuff," and they drew a little picture.
I'm in,
and I'm like, "Oh, I know." That whole thing. Like it was working for me, dude. I was really digging it. And one cool thing that I will say about the level design, there's another a stash place I went to, like a hardware store. It's very very early in the game, and you go there and it's like, yeah, there might be stuff there. You never know. And you totally don't have to go there if you don't want to. But I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do it, whatever. You go in there and like I got through the whole area and I fought off the zombies. I threw a Molotov and jumped up and cleaned the place out and stuff. And when I got to the end where like the loot was, I was looking around and I'm like, fuck. I didn't have my head on correctly because I could have like skipped all that stuff if I had parkoured up the wall and jumped up to like a swinging light. I could have like gotten straight in that room and skipped all the things. So like having that option and like it really kind of taught me like, yo, like look around a little bit more, like be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Don't just do the thing that's in front of you. Like maybe there's like a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. And I'm like, oh man, I mean, it was really cool to find it there. I wasn't mad or anything. It was just like, oh, okay. Like I see what I could have done here, even though I still did it, but I love design like that where there's options and freedom and way to go and stuff like that. And Dying Light, I think, has always been really good at that. So
yeah, freedom. Talk about parkour, freedom. Open, like you said, that building, it got me, my ears perked up when I heard like a huge building you could walk around. Because even just like going into the different little office buildings and stuff and going to the roofs. Remember the roofs were like always interesting. Yep. So by the way, this is a full price $60 game. So that is tricky for some people, including myself right now, money-wise. But at the same time, it does seem like it is a full new game.
It feels like meaty and juicy and full featured.
Yeah. I just don't want the nighttime either. I'm the same as you. Yeah. I'm like, I wish it was just gone from the game because...
yeah, I know.
Well, because think about it. It really kind of like takes up time. There's like a full. I mean,
they want you getting chased by those mutant dudes or whatever, right? They want that fear factor. I mean, if I never, like in the first Dying Light, I avoided nighttime unless it was absolutely mandated by the mission. Otherwise, I was out. I'm like,
yeah, there's no benefit.
I'm in bed by 6.
Benefit.
Dude. Warm glass of milk.
Yeah,
tuck myself in. I'm out. I
can't in real life go to bed by 6. That's crazy to me. But anyways, okay, this is just a circle back. We wouldn't have a full blown discussion about it. But I will say that I'm going to probably pick it up at some point. And it's cool.
Quick shout out to the developers. One minor thing. I do feel like the Survivor vision. You have a little like Arkham Batman vision sometimes. It doesn't highlight items as brightly or as clearly as I would want. There's been a few times that I've walked by something because I didn't notice it. So that could be upped a little bit. And I think the control scheme is a little bit non-standard. It's taken me a while to get used to it. So those are like 2 little things that have just popped up. But I'm having a great time with it, honestly. We'll come back to it. But it feels like it delivers, man, for sure.
Well, I will cycle back to that and circle back to it. But also, I just thought of one I can circle back to here.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye. Oh fuck, God, you talked about that like
terrible, crazy Mind's Eye.
That was like the multimedia. Nobody knew what it was, and kind of strange. Yeah.
The guy Benzie or whatever, who like Leslie Benzie, who he worked on Grand Theft Auto, and everyone's like so excited for it, and it turned out to be kind of like The Day After. Like, was that what it's called? The Day After? That really bad zombie game. That was like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't think
it wasn't really a game, and then it got dislisted or whatever.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but
anyways, it's like that. It was like, what is this game? And you can't even like get in any car, and you can't like, you can only get one car. Anyways, I played the Mind's Eye game. I fucking finished it because I'm a crazy person.
You finished it, God. Okay.
I finished it, yeah. And then I wanted to keep going and like be in this open world and see if they just like kind of upgraded it and worked on it. And the open world was terrible. You played as some random guy in like a half shirt, remember?
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. And you couldn't change your character. You could only get in one car. And I was like, what is this? But of course, I kept playing it and just like hoped for the best. So I circled back because they said they added a bunch of like levels. And on the PC, you can make your own levels. I have it on the console, so you can't. Which, by the way, by now they should have switched that over. If they want anybody to keep playing it, but I still couldn't make my own levels on console. And then, but they added a bunch of levels of like for Halloween, they did one with pumpkins, and then you run around this course and you shoot people and you get combos. It's like they made it like arcadey.
Yeah.
So I didn't want any of that, And I was like, I mean, I like the pumpkins. That was a nice touch, but like the modes they made were very video gamey, and I was like, oh, I wanted the open world.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a pretty cool open world if they would have just worked on it. Anyways, long story short, I couldn't find the open world section.
It's gone.
I think they just got rid of it. Yeah.
That's a pretty ballsy move for a game developer.
Bro. I mean, the campaign's there, and the open world's in the campaign, but I already beat it. So I deleted it again. So there's my circle back.
Your open world is gone. That's hilarious. All right, whatever.
Your open world is not option. Not in the options anymore.
All right, fuck that game. Right. Moving on. We got a whole pile of new stuff to talk about. Let's just get to the new stuff. Carlos, you wanted to talk about Ball Pit, or Ball X Pit as it's written, but it's pronounced Ball Pit, I guess. I'm familiar with it. I think I mentioned it a couple episodes back, but give us your take on it. What do you think of it?
I think you did, and I never played it, but tons of people were saying like I'm super addicted, and it's a nice casual thing, and everybody likes a nice little casual game when you're not playing these huge, massive games. So I played it. It's Arkanoid, old school Arkanoid for you young people who don't know what that is. It was like a Breakout game. Actually, the original was called Breakout on Atari, because I'm old.
Yeah, right with you. Right with you.
And then Arkanoid was in the arcades, I think, at the beginning, and then it came home to home console. But basically, you have a little paddle, and you shoot a ball, and it goes up and breaks bricks. But then it ricochets, and then you try to like bounce it back. And in this one, it's like you just have as many balls as you want to shoot. Basically, it's just shooter, and you have a character, and the character is shooting all these little balls at the enemies, and so instead of blocks or enemies, that's the setup. That's the game, which you probably already mentioned. I think I've played a game like this before, so people are saying like it's so novel and new. I'm pretty sure I played games like this on Steam.
There have been a couple like this. For sure.
And I've enjoyed them, and it reminds me of things like Peggle and stuff where like it's just this kind of satisfying, shoot something in the air and see what happens. But this one has a lot more, strategy because you're moving your character around, and you can like, I don't know if you did this, but you can go really high up on the screen, and kind of like angle stuff. So you're like shooting behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're making these kind of crazy combos behind it and stuff. So it's got a lot of upgrades. I'm not going to go through the whole game. It's got like, definitely upgrades with each character. Then you can unlock characters. But the weirdest thing, and this is why I'm veering towards the negative, is that there's a base building element, and it doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't know why it's there. And you get resources for something to upgrade something. And then when you're getting the resources from your base building, you shoot a little ball.
Yeah.
But like
to collect
their
the
workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No reason for that. Stop it. Stop it. You're wasting everybody's time. That should be the name of the episode. You're wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Just as a quick asterisk, that phrase, I think about that phrase a lot these days. We don't, we hear you're wasting my time. Thank you for your time, that kind of stuff. But we don't think about what that really refers to. What that really refers to is your time on Earth, your lifespan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We just say like your time, because we're busy, we got to go place. But no, when you boil it down, what you're actually saying is, hey, thank you for that chunk of lifespan you just devoted to me. Thank you for your time. Or you're wasting my time. You're wasting my actual time on Earth because I'm going to die sometime. You're wasting my lifespan.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. So to me, especially now, that becomes a more serious, way more serious offense, right?
Way to bring it real all of a sudden.
Got dark for a second there.
Holy shit. Yes. Okay. So there's that. And Ball Pit, it's a game. No, I didn't find satisfaction enough because, where I was hoping, like that card game. What the fuck's that card game?
Balatro?
Yeah, Balatro or something else. It's like, it's just instantly, you want to play it again, you want to play again.
Yeah.
And you're getting the dopamine, And this one I didn't because you have to unlock the fucking elevator to go down to go to the next level.
Yeah.
But you can only do that by unlocking like 2 characters in the beginning? Bro, let me go to level 2.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's funny you say that because my wife was playing it literally today before the show, and she's like, dude, how long until I get to level 2? And I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't get there.
They're like, bro, you don't have enough gears. And I'm like, bro, I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of, yeah. I
Yeah.
appreciate what it was doing. I like the gameplay of it, but it just, the runs didn't feel different enough or substantial enough. I felt like I was on the grind like right away. And I like you're saying, it's a waste of time. I don't want to be grinding for something that I'm not like all in on yet. So I bounced. But the wife is having fun with it, although she is not a fan of the town sections either.
Yeah, there's a lot to not be a fan of, which is crazy. And because like there's some cool element there. Anyways, I'd like a version 2 of the game, I don't know, or something. Maybe I'll circle back sometime.
All right, that's fair. All right, that is Ball Pit or Ball X Pit, I guess. Let me talk for a minute about Lumines Arise. This is on PlayStation. I'm not sure. It's probably on PC too. You're familiar with the Lumines franchise, I'm sure.
Of course. I used to play them all the time. And they were on the, I want to say PSP.
I want to say it was PSP also, but was it the Vita?
Yeah.
I can't recall. I don't know.
No, I think it's PSP.
It might be
I think
PSP.
it was PSP. Yeah.
I remember when it came out on PSP and I was like, oh my God, this is like so dope, dude. So basically, if you're not familiar with Lumines, it is a block dropping puzzle game where you match blocks, but it's not like Tetris where you're filling up lines. Instead, you have to match at least 4 of the right like color or shape. So like you'll get the ones I've played so far is like they come in 2 flavors, like a dark block and a light block, or a red block and a blue block, or something like that. And they'll come in various configurations, and so you drop them, and they have to be like, it's like a cluster of 4, I believe. But of course they come in ways that kind of trip you up, like, puzzly. So you drop them, but at the same time, music is playing and things will change in the background. The tempo will change, the song will change, graphics will change. They're pretty well known for having like psychedelic kind of colorful stuff happening as you play, to do kind of like the whole, multimedia, overwhelm all your senses kind of experience sort of a thing. Carlos, what's the last Lumines you played? Or are you a big fan of this franchise?
I was when it first came out because it was novel and new.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say earlier, it was like Tetris with music.
Yeah.
That's my short version.
Yeah.
Because it isn't like Tetris in that same gameplay, but you just feel that same kind of vibe, which is you're trying to figure things out while music's playing.
Yeah.
But what's cool about that, and some like other games like it, I want to say Patapon?
You're thinking of Puyo Pop, maybe?
No, Patapon, the one with the little guys.
Oh, with the guys, with the little guys that are the army of guys. How does that relate?
Yeah, there's just a bunch of games like that where the music goes with the gameplay.
Yes, the music connection, yep.
So, like, you can feel like when you do something, it changes the beat or something, or the music happens, right?
Yeah.
So I like that element of it a lot. But I haven't played one for a long time, so I don't know.
Well, I was kind of excited to play this. I remember really loving it if it was a PSP, whatever, and just thinking it was so great back then, perfect fit for the console. And just really getting into it. I know what it's about. I've played it. I played a bunch, the drop the blocks and the music and all that stuff. But man, something about this one just like left me so fucking cold. Like I was just like not into it. I don't know what it was, but I was just playing it. And as the blocks were dropping, I'm like, this is annoying. Like, I'm irritated by this. Annoying. It's like annoying. Like I don't even know what it was. Like, I mean, I knew what it was, but as I'm playing it, I'm just not into it. I didn't like the track that was on. And of course, music is subjective. Everybody has their own taste. That's fine. But just like, it was like an irritating track. And I was just like getting irritated by the music and the gameplay. And I got to the next section and it was like another song I didn't like. And I'm like, ugh, like what is happening? Like, I just wanted to be anywhere else doing anything else. And I just did not want to play it anymore. Yeah. I just did not connect at all, which is weird because I thought I would at least think it was fine. I thought it was great when I played it last time. And something about this one was just like, Not happening.
All right. Well, that is the harshest review I've ever heard, actually. I would just want to be anywhere else but playing this game. That's pretty harsh.
I mean, a lot of my friends are really digging it. Like, I can think of at least a couple people off the top of my head in the Discord or in the Gaming in the Wild Discord that I talk to, and they're loving it. And I'm like, that's cool, and I get why you love it. I don't know why I didn't love it. I'm trying to put my finger on it, and I just can't figure out why it was rubbing me so raw, because I thought it was a great time last time I played it, a couple years ago or whatever it was, several years ago. I don't know. It just is not working for me right now. So it's probably me, not the game.
Yeah, it is you, and it's me too, because it's okay, there's another tangent, but we won't go on it. The short version is you play a style of a game long enough, you're like, I'm done with that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to play Tetris right now. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I guess some people still find that, really, really exciting, and there's like a new version or something. But yeah, for me, there's certain genres. We talk about this on the show all the time, and I go, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
No more, please.
Yeah.
Metroidvania is one of them for me. Like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to backtrack anymore. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get you. I've definitely hit my max on certain things for sure. So maybe that's what this is. But I mean, a lot of people like it. I'm not saying there's anything really wrong with the game. I think it's just like a wrong game at the wrong time kind of situation, because I just did not want to play it. So anyway, that was it. Let's talk about something else I don't want to play. Arc Raiders. That is the game that literally everyone on fucking Earth is talking about right now, and everybody's so in love with it, and everybody's really excited by it. I had a copy. PR sent me a copy. Thank you to the PR people. Always grateful for that, for sure. And in fact, my son, who is on vacation with his grandparents in California right now, he's like, "Oh, Dad, my friends are playing Arc Raiders, and let's get on. Let's play some. Let's play some right now." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to play this, but I'll play it with you because I'm your dad and you're my son, and we should do things like this together," which is what I normally enjoy. And again, not to give you guys the wrong idea, I love playing games with my son, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying Arc Raiders is not my jam, but everybody thinks this game is the absolute shit. Carlos, what do you think about this? You want to give us a capsule and talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, and that's why I got it, because everyone was talking about it, and because they were, mentioning this PvE, PvP, or PvP,
PvEVP.
Yeah, which, as you know, and I can't talk about any game that would say that they're doing that without talking about Scavengers.
God, I missed that game, and I played it like for 2 hours.
I know. So we've talked about it before, but I worked social media for that game that never came out. And I lament that every day, because it's one of my favorite experiences in gaming. It's like one of my favorite multiplayer gaming experiences.
You had me and my son out to your studio. We played it with you and the rest of the developers for like a couple hours. It was fucking dope, dude. We loved it.
And I'm going to talk real quickly about why I still want that game to exist. And maybe I'll just make it because I probably could. That sounded very like bodacious or like brava. What's the word? It sounded very ego-y.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
that's a grand claim.
With a lot of the tools that are out now, it makes it easier to make games.
Sure.
Anyways, the point is, Arc Raiders is that game, that style of game where you play with other people and then there's enemies, and there's so much to unpack. But the shortest version is, I don't like it either. And you can play solo, which is cool.
Yeah, you can.
And I'll talk about that experience. But in general, the enemies are like unbeatable, like really, really tough. And so that kind of takes you out of it in that kind of what they were going for, which is what Scavengers did perfectly, which is fight monsters, but then also you could just fight the people. Which one do you do?
Yeah.
In this one, people are banding together, which I like to see, and there's more positivity in the community for now, which is cool as hell. And that's what actually Scavengers did too. But the enemies are so OP that it doesn't make each experience that you drop like as memorable or different.
Yeah.
It feels like it makes it more the same, which I don't know what he's talking about, because maybe they don't have the experience that I and you have of playing Scavengers, but it's the same little drones. It's the same big guy you can't beat and takes forever to knock down. Those aren't new novel experiences with your buddies or with randoms. It's the same experience.
Yeah.
And there's a couple little things that will happen, like, I was down and I ran to the little thing where you can go downstairs and, the extraction thingy, and I was down, but then I moved. I got there while I was down. That's kind of cool. But like those kind of stories keep playing out the same. So I won't go too long about that, but I don't find it being like, whoa, did that happen to you, or what happened? You know, like in Scavengers, real quick for like an explanation, I could fight a bear, I could be caught in a snowstorm and then die. The next time I could drop, it's like raining or sunny or whatever, and then I fight another team, and then I'm the last one left from that, and I get to the extraction point. The next one, I'm in a city or I'm in a place where there's all these zombies, and I'm fighting just the zombies, and another people come up and they help me fight the zombies, and then we get to the extraction point. Like, see what I'm saying? There's like a million things that could happen.
Different variety, way more emergent stuff happening, way more unexpected stuff happening. Yeah.
Anyways, so that's a long-winded way to say that I don't enjoy my moment-to-moment thing. But the thing that was unique, and that's why I got it, was that there's a solo queue. And essentially, when you go in as solo, it's mainly other solo people with you. So those people generally don't want to fight you. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's just a crafting, like a survival scrapper game where I'm like getting stuff and fighting the monsters, the enemies, the robots, and then getting out, And I will say another positive is that you can get out whenever you want, which, a lot of these games you have to wait to the very end.
Yeah.
And it's like all these teams converging on each other. This one you can leave whenever. It's just there's enemies, there's robots and stuff. So I love that. That actually was my favorite part. I was like, oh, I can just get out right now. Cool, I will. But the moment-to-moment gameplay, I felt always underpowered. I did not enjoy. I couldn't do melee. People said you can play melee. You just have one hammer. Everybody has the same hammer, so that's not fun, and it didn't feel good. So you can't play melee. And I don't like shooting, in general, like and running out of ammo and all that stuff. So yeah, I just was bored in solo, and then even with other people. It was kind of nice to see some positivity around the community where people were like, oh, let's fight those robots together. But it wasn't exciting enough,
Yeah.
That's really. Yeah.
That's kind of my takeaway, too. I think the game is actually incredibly boring. I played it right before it blew up, and I'm like, this is boring. And I played it, and I put it down, and I forgot about it. And then people were like, it blew up. And I'm like, is that the same game that Arc Raiders? What? I played that like last week. Everybody's talking about that? Like, I just I did not detect any hooks or anything that was cool about it. But it blew up, and I'm like, okay, well, let me go back to it. And I played it again. I'm like, nah, this is still boring as shit. And then my son's like, dude, this game is so fun. I'm like, what do you like about this game? He's like, I don't know, just like playing and shooting, hanging out. And I'm like, okay, so like, here's the thing. I played with myself first, solo, the first couple times, and I'm like, this is boring. And then I play with my son in a group, and I'm like, equally boring. But I guess people really like the friend thing. But to me, I feel like the visual style is not appealing. I don't think the action is very exciting. And I feel like there's not really anything exciting to like look forward to or work towards. Just like you're immediately put on this grind of like, yeah, I got a shit gun and I need to get a better gun. I mean, like, who cares? Like, I need to go grind to get a better gun so that I can grind better to get a better gun. I mean, that kind of sounds like the Monster Hunter track, right? But at least in Monster Hunter, you've got badass stuff that looks amazing. Like the sword that's got teeth and eyes on it. And you got a helmet that looks like a skull and you look like awesome. And you're fighting awesome monsters where these battles, even the moment-to-moment battle is exciting, like you're dodging and,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Monster Hunter is not for everybody, but for me, I'm like, man, that's exciting as shit. The battles are exciting, But like playing Arc Raiders, I'm like, this is like, I'm shooting the same gray drones and the same gray spider robots.
The same. Yeah, see, you're saying what I'm saying. It's, yeah.
And I just don't see why I would give a shit about playing this because I'm already bored and I don't have anything to look forward to. So why would I want to get better at the thing that I think is already boring? Zero draw for me in this game. Like, I do not see the appeal at all.
I think it is important to mention that though, because like the upgrade path and those menus and stuff, just crazy boring. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
What? This is all just minutia. It just feels like, and I know it's early. People are going to say like it's early. It's fine. They can iterate on it. But I will say this. I think I know the answer. Being in this industry for long enough, I know the answer why it's successful. Okay, it's because people are hungry for a game where they can get together and not just like get headshot, and they can actually like survive for a while
with friends.
And in this, current society, people want to escape. So I think it's just right place, right time. it's not about the game being like, because you and I can smell it through and be like, okay, well, it's not scavengers. But I think it's just the right time. It's like, okay, I can go in here with my friends, we can chill out, and it's not Fortnite. You know what I mean?
I bet in a month or two, people will be like over it. Like this, it won't be a thing.
It could be. I mean, could be.
That could be famous last words, right? It could be like the multiplayer hit of the decade. Who knows? But like, I just don't feel the juice. I just don't see it here. And I think you may be right. Maybe it is a right place, right time kind of a thing.
I think that's what it is. But I will just take this time real quick to say it one more time. That game Scavengers was probably the best multiplayer experience of my life.
Yeah.
Of my life. We're talking about the time on this planet. So far, it is it. Because, and I will say this so developers can listen in case I don't make it. The main thing is the melee was equal to the shooting. Okay? That's the secret sauce. I was Jay, this character Jay, who had like a double-edged like blade, and I could just own with the blade. Yeah, okay? I could own people with that blade. Similar to like Monster Hunter, right? You'd feel that badass as a melee player in a game like that. And the enemies could be killed quickly, right? There's a lot of zombies, or there's a bear that takes a long time, or whatever. But that's a special sauce. I'm giving it to everybody. This is not like proprietary.
Right.
It's like make melee awesome alongside shooting, and then make emergent gameplay and make enemies not like they are in Arcade. Yeah. Make them like you can beat them. You know.
Well, also that's a kind of a point that I think is worth underlining. Is like that feeling of anything could happen. Even in the limited time that I played it, I know exactly what you're talking about. We could see it because it was really rich in that section. You could drop down to different places, and you kind of didn't know what you were in for. And I feel like in Arc Raiders, like I know what I'm in for. Like I'm gonna go to some depopulated place. There's going to be abandoned buildings. I'm going to rifle through drawers. I'm going to shoot robots and come back. Like I know what I'm doing. And the only X factor is like what other players do. So, I mean, that's fine, I guess. But like in what you're saying in Scavengers, it was like, what's the environment going to be? The environment could be the hazard itself. What kind of wildlife is going to be there? Am I going to run into players? Am I not going to run into players? Like there's a lot of stuff where you just didn't know what was going to happen. And it felt like anything could happen. And in Arc Raiders, I feel like I've seen what it's got so far. And I'm like, okay, cool, not for me. And I don't think that there's really anything I'm missing by bowing out of it right now.
Not to belabor the point, but I do have to mention this because it's a fun little, this is a gamer insider thing. And this has been long enough that I can talk about the making of Scavengers. Again, they're not making it anymore. But the key thing that I got to watch that was amazing, and it speaks to what we were just talking about, is I got to watch them make the storm. So the storm had two different things. There was mini storms and there was a big storm, okay? The big storm was the classic battle royale. It's closing in on you, right? Yeah. You remember that because you played it. Oh, yeah. So that storm is like unbeatable. You're going to die in that thing. But along the way, there were little storms that would pop up on the map. And you could see them on the map too, which is helpful. But like that immediately made emergent moments.
Right.
Because you're in a storm, you got to get warm, you got to like run away from it. I use the storm to my advantage, and one of my favorite gameplay moments of all time. I'll say this right now because we'll never probably talk about it again. But there was a storm, and I played the game so much as like a tester for them. I was melee. I was Jay, the melee guy. I went and used the storm to my advantage because it was hard to see in a storm. So I would go in as a storm hunter and fucking find people, and I'd ride the storm. So I'd be inside the storm, like getting
using
hurt.
It for cover, using it to your advantage.
Using it for cover, and then jump out and get them or get them in the storm. Oh, my goodness, bro.
Yeah.
Totally satisfying. Yeah. So anyways, but those little things, it's like, I could talk about it forever.
Well, I think the bottom line here is that Arc Raiders is not doing it for you. It's not doing it for me.
No, we're talking about the Arc Raiders.
And I feel genuinely surprised that it's doing as well as it does because I just don't get it. But that doesn't mean that other people aren't getting it. Clearly they are. I see a lot of people playing it, really enjoying it, and that's cool. I'm not trying to take away from that fun, but for me,
have fun.
This is just like a complete miss for me. So,
yep.
Let me talk for a minute about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. And before that, I want to give just a quick shout out to the PR person. I will not name them just in case they don't want to be named, but they were doing a absolutely heroic job of like getting this game out there. Every week I would get something from this PR person. all aspects of the game. They were hitting it hard. They were putting in the hours. And I even emailed them one time to be like, yo, I see you working overtime for this fucking game. Like, respect, dude. Like, I know that this is not easy. I know PR is not an easy game. And to get people to look at your game when there's a million games out there, I'm like, you are just like, you were killing it there. So props to you just for, haven't even played your game? Nothing. I'm just saying, you, the PR person, I respect your work. And they were appreciative of that, which was cool. So shout out to the PR person. You know who you are. Man, just like killing it out there. I was very, very impressed. Okay, about the game itself, not as impressive as the PR work. I think, what is it? Did you ever play the original Vampire the Masquerade back in the day?
I did, and I know this long history of this game like not coming out forever and getting delayed and stuff like that. Yeah. So I know that. But I can't remember the gameplay.
I am aware of it. I've actually never played it because it was, I believe it was PC only. So that was in a period where I had no PC gaming or whatever. Really well respected. I think a lot of people really like that game, and this new one had a lot to live up to. I'm coming to the game with zero expectations. I've never played the other one. I know of the Vampire board game, like the RPG, kind of like a D&D type thing. Yeah. I've played it maybe one time. It wasn't for me, and so whatever. There was a card game that came out for a while that was okay for a while, but again, not my thing. So I'm coming to this with no expectations. I just want to be clear. It's not like I think this new one had to stack up to the old one, but it's a pretty straightforward first-person experience. You play a vampire that is really powerful, and you've woken up after long sleep, and you've got amnesia, and you got to figure out what's going on. And I'm like, bro, that is like Vampire Story 101. That is like the most basic vampire story you could write. So right off the bat, I was not super impressed with where this was going. I don't think it's much of a spoiler to say that you wake up, there's a voice in your head that is not you. There's another vampire who has somehow ended up in your head, and he's giving you advice. He's like the narrator that gives you clues and tells you what to do. So that's the gameplay device to get you through that. You got to figure out who this guy is and where he's from, what his deal is, and then you got to figure out your own deal. Why are you here? What's going on? So there's that. I will say that this game has a profoundly poorly done tutorial, and you know what a stickler I am for tutorials, dude. It's like, I play so many games, you can't expect me to know all the games intuitively. You got to teach me your game. This game, the tutorial was so bad that I almost went to YouTube to look for a hint to get out of the tutorial because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. And I don't know whether it was a fact of the game didn't trigger properly or what, but I was stuck. I was stuck for a long time. I had no idea. I was getting no hints. The guy in my head wasn't giving me any hints, and I was getting really frustrated. And I had not yet completed the tutorial section. Hadn't even hit the credit scroll yet, right? So that tells you how poor it is. They don't explain very much about anything. They kind of just throw a couple bits at you and expect you to figure out, which is an approach, but it's not really one that gets off on the right foot with me. So you're a vampire. You can scratch people. You can bite them.
Scratch people.
You do. You scratch a lot of people, man. You're sharp claws.
Do you really?
You do.
I don't remember any movie or game where you're I'm just gonna scratch you.
Oh yeah, you can scratch them. You can get an upgrade where you scratch them so hard that you chop their head off with just a blow of your hand. You can do other stuff like that. There's a variety of powers. I got a power where you can make people kill themselves. So you use your mental power, and the guy reaches up and grabs his own head with his two hands, twists it so hard that he just falls down dead. Which is super not as gruesome or as fun or as cool as I'm making it sound right now. It's actually just a no big deal. You can glide a little bit. You can jump up these walls and kind of skitter around like Spider-Man for a second. There's I don't know, just stuff. There's a whole big skill tree that I have not unlocked yet, a bunch of stuff you can do. But I feel it's rough. It's rough, dude. It's rough. I think the tutorial is really rough. I think the combat feels very rough. It doesn't feel satisfying. And it's hard. A lot of stuff is just hard to tell. I think the visibility is not good. Level design, very confusing. I don't think it's very clear where you're supposed to go, what to do when you're inside a building. Like I said, that tutorial section should have been the simplest part of the entire game, and I got lost a couple times. Wasn't sure where I was going, what was going on. You can climb up to rooftops and stuff. You're kind of in a version of Seattle, which is weird because we're in Seattle right now, and I'm like, okay, well, it kind of looks like it a little bit, but sort of, but not really. And it's just you're just wandering around doing just regular stuff. It's so bland and straightforward. There's not really anything to even talk about. They quickly dip into the Vampire Masquerade lore. If you're a lore hound for this stuff, maybe some of this stuff will be interesting, but they kind of talk you through it, and I feel like they kind of expect you to know a little bit about it already. There's a couple places where they explain a little bit, but it's kind of perfunctory. But you're just kind of I don't know, just walking around doing stuff. It's hard to tell when you're observed. you're supposed to be stealthy because no one's supposed to know that vampires are real, so you don't want to be caught draining blood from anybody. But like, it's hard to tell when you are seen, when you are not seen, and you're fighting the same couple guys over and over. You're doing the same couple moves. I mean, it's just very, very workmanlike and straightforward. I mean, it is a functioning video game, but it does not grab you from the off. It doesn't set the stage very well. The story is just like Vampire 101. Like I said, I mean, there's like a million vampire stories that start with the I've slumbered for 100 years and I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So fucking common, dude. Like, so common. So, I mean, I guess I just like, I'm still playing it right now. I'll probably play some more when I go upstairs, but I just like, it is not doing it for me at all. I just don't really dig it very much. So I wish I could say that it was one of those swan songs where, no, that's not right. Ugly Duckling stories where I knew it was a bird. I knew it was a bird somehow. Where like maybe after a long development, it turned out pretty cool, but I think it turned out, I mean, it works, but I don't think that, I'm just not feeling the juice with this one either.
I think it might also be, again, just assuming. It's just that sometimes when games are like stuck in development, man, do they change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a perfect example was Avowed, and also, what's the one that oh my goodness.
What? Give me some hints.
The main RPG I liked it was a multiplayer, and then they changed it to single player again.
I do not remember.
Dragon Age. The new Dragon Age and Avowed both had changed quite a bit based on different development cycles, which is a longer story for each one of those. But I think that's what this might be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you do enough changes, then you miss the juice.
Yeah.
And then it becomes what you just described, it sounds like. So
yeah, it kind of reminds me also, what was that vampire game that came out for, the vampire hunting game that came out for Xbox, like that huge Redfall.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Kind of I mean, this, okay, to be fair, Vampire is not as disastrous as Redfall is.
It looks like it might be better than that game.
Yeah, Vampire is better than Redfall, but I feel like it's got that same kind of like, we lost direction, we lost vision, we need to just get something out the door, and here it is,
Yep.
and that's kind of what it feels like. So it doesn't have that juice you would expect to get from something like this. All right, so that's Vampire the Masquerade. That's a miss for me. Where Winds Meet. I'm very curious to hear about this, but I will say I was curious about it. I got a code from PR, and it was completely my fault that I missed some of the directions about when you were supposed to log in pre-release, and so I fucked it up. Again, totally my fault. I put in the wrong information, and so it locked me into a different account, and I couldn't back out of it. So I never got to play, but I was curious, and I was kind of bummed that I didn't get a chance to check this out. And I was really surprised to see that you had jumped into it. So I am very, very eager to hear about what I missed out on.
Oh, boy. Where do I start? First off, I did mention at the beginning of the show that you can be a dog at some point, and I was a dog playing Mahjong, and so that's the thing that happens.
Can you choose to be a dog, or you just turn into a dog?
I accidentally became one. I drank some wine and said, "You are canine infected."
Wow.
And then I became a dog, and then I just had to walk away from this area, and then I turned back.
Oh, so not a permanent character choice.
No. This game is weird. It's epic. It's an MMO. Which maybe you didn't know, there's a single-player component, and it's very, very, very much like Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact.
Okay.
So if you like those games, and there's a gacha element, there's like monetization, but there's a lot of free stuff. Like I think the PC version is essentially free. The console version costs $15, which I bought. That's the one I bought, and that's because of the port. I guess they just charge you for the port or something. It plays very well, and I'll talk about the game in a second. But in general, that's the vibe of that game. So it's like, go do missions. You know, there is a campaign there. It's like 100 hours, like super long. But they really just want to keep you in the world so that you can like buy cosmetics and you can just have fun doing things. And in the case of Wuthering Waves and Genshin, for me, I spent like 200 hours in those games. Well, 200 hours in Genshin, maybe like 50 or 60 hours in Wuthering Waves. But it's got that hook. You know, there's certain, if they do it right and the gameplay is fun, going back to gameplay, you'll want to be in that world. Yeah. You know? And I think the top level is Where Winds Meet does that. Like, it's fun as shit. There's not, I wouldn't say Souls-like, but there's a lot of like, you could focus on the parrying stuff. You could focus on tons of different like upgradable, like, you know, action moves as a third person, you know, action RPG type game. And so if you want to go down that road, it really feels fun. And there's actually like difficulty modes. So in the story mode, the parrying flashes a button for you. It's like, hey, hit the button. and it's still a timed thing. So like you hit right one, it's in a console. Hit right one for parry, dude. You know, it's happening. And if you do, you parry, right? But there is a window for that. So it's like it just extends the time that you can like parry. So anyways, without going too far into it, that's the kind of game it is. And in general, that's good. Top level again. It's a huge open world, whatever. There's quests and there's a story. But there's a ton of weird things. So like the very first thing you do, there's a minor spoiler, but it's one of the first things you do, is in order to learn one of the arts, because you have like all these different weapons, you pick like dual blades, spear, that whole traditional thing. And then once you pick it, you also can learn arts, which are like magic abilities, whatever, ether, mana, blah, blah. But they're different because they're wildly funny and weird. Like you meet a bear, and the bear is like trying to get this honey from these bees, and he's doing Tai Chi. And he's doing Tai Chi to get to the bees. And so what you do is, in this game, you have a watch mode. When if you watch certain actions, you can learn that
that's
move.
kind of like, what other game did that? What's that fucking, oh my gosh. What's that one where the guy's driving the forklift and Sega invented the QTE? What the fuck is that game called? Shenmue.
Oh my goodness.
Shenmue did that, where you would watch somebody
Shenmue
and you would learn their moves by watching them. Yeah.
Yeah, so they might have copied that. And then I watched a guy who was jumping. He was jumping like a frog and watching a frog. I guess he was trying to be like the frog.
Sure.
So I watched the frog, and I learned how to jump like the frog, which is an attack move.
It's too bad you weren't watching the guy who was watching the frog. That would be kind of a cool chain of events.
I might have been. So there's a lot to like in the fact that it's that kind of game. The combat's fun. The weirdness is there. I was a dog. I learned Tai Chi from a bear. And so there's so much to like. You feel a butt coming on. There's two big butts, okay?
I do like big butts, Carlos, so please continue.
You cannot lie. There's two big butts for you, okay?
That's good.
That you're not going to like.
That's maybe more than I can handle, but I'll roll with it.
The first butt is easy, is that the first butt is there's AI in the game, which is already like going to make your skin crawl. But the AI in the game is so weird, and I use it for things, and we talked about that. It's fine. I'm not.
You mean some kind of like generative AI, or what are you talking about exactly?
I'll tell you. It's so weird. So the main characters are the main characters, but there's certain NPCs that are just randomly in the town that you could befriend. And the idea is you can befriend like a lot of NPCs, and if you friend one by saying the right dialogue thing, they'll give you presents.
Okay.
And so then now you have like all these NPCs that like help you. Mm-hmm. They buff you because they've given you wood or, whatever.
Sure.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
They give you wood for the two big butts. Yes, continue, please.
Yeah, they give you resources. So that in itself, I guess, is interesting. I don't like that kind of gameplay, but you have to it's an AI conversation.
Like AI driven, like a chat GPT chat kind of thing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I don't like that at all. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, Brad's going to like boycott this game.
Boycotted, done, out.
Okay, watch. And so you don't have to do those, though. You never have to do those. You never, ever have to do those. And so that's why maybe you're not done, because there's a lot of fun here, Nah,
I'm out.
But anyways, when I saw that, okay, hold on. What was interesting about it is you can use the microphone. Mm-hmm. And so on my PS5 controller, I was able to just talk to him. Mm-hmm. I love that idea, right? Especially if the developers made the dialogue, right? Think about the developers made the dialogue, and you could just talk.
Sure.
That's kind of interesting to me. So I found a guy who is rapping, and this is a positive, and he was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I go, are you a rapper? Like literally into my controller. And he's like, oh, I guess you could say that I am. And he was responding very well. And so it made it kind of fun. And then I said, let's have a rap battle. And so he did rap lyrics. And then I did rap lyrics from LL Cool J's I'm Bad into my microphone.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, I don't like the gameplay element. Like, I'm not going to like try to win, because you have to say the right thing to them.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you a prize or whatever. Anyways, so I wasn't trying to win. I was just trying to fuck with it. And that part was pretty fun. Like I had a rap battle with somebody in a game, and I made that up. Like I made that whole experience up. Right. Okay, so you hate it still. That's the thing.
Yes, I'm ethically opposed to stuff like this. So I hear you.
But the other thing,
I gotcha.
So it's like a double-edged sword there for me. But the other thing that's really bad, like not bad, but frustrating for me, is that it's so like Genshin. It's so overwhelming. You could do a million things. There's like groups you can join and become just a trader. You can like go be a PvP clan and fight other actual players. There's so much to do that for me, it's too overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the two butts for me. Like the AI thing is annoying in this instance because like I don't want to play their little game. And then the other thing that's annoying is that it's just so much. I get like, I had a long day.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. It's like I don't like games like that either because, we have lives and jobs and family and friends and whatever. I don't need one game that's so huge that I need to like sink all of my time into it, or it's so overwhelming like it becomes my world or whatever. That's not the kind of game that I'm looking for. Maybe that's cool for some people, and if it is, no disrespect or anything, but those kind of experiences where they want to be like everything to you and they want all your free time and it's so huge you're never going to see the tail end of all this content is like I don't need that kind of stuff in my life right now.
Let me put an asterisk, and this will be my last thing to say about it. There's two asterisks. One asterisk is you can still mainline the campaign.
Okay,
right?
Well, that's good.
So when I got lost last night, I was like, because it's so easy to get distracted. I saw like a person jumping like a frog. I was like, how do I not go over there? So it's so much of a double-edged sword because like that's kind of fun, but then I got so overwhelmed. But you can mainline it. Okay. Second asterisk is my cousin wants to play today, and the multiplayer is pretty cool because you could just jump in at any time and tackle anything together. And like a traditional MMO does, right?
Yeah.
But like, say there's a tough boss or there's something that's kind of funny and weird you want to do with your friend, you can do that. So that element seems interesting to me, So I'm confused on this game. I think that's my answer. I don't know how I feel.
My answer is
I had
I'm
a rap
confused.
battle. I'm a dog. I jumped like a frog, which I loved. I really enjoy the combat. We got to. I can't stress that enough. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah. Well,
and I hate the AI in this particular instance. Like it's annoying as fuck in those NPCs.
I will probably not get to this one, but if you do put some more time into it, definitely let me know for sure. But this is, maybe not the thing for me these days. But
I knew as soon as I said NPC AI, you're gonna be out.
Yeah, the idea that I am like draining a lake by talking to some dude trying to get him to give me a present is just not sitting right with me. So I can't.
Right,
can't get
but
on
I
board
don't think
with that.
I think you can never have to do that.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna ever do that.
Sure. I gotcha. All right, let's move on real quick here. I know. Okay,
because I talked way too long about that. Sorry.
I know this show has been kind of a Debbie Downer so far, like we mentioned, but I will say I've got two really fun things to talk about remaining in the show. I don't know how you feel about your remaining game, Carlos. We'll see. TBD on that.
Goodness.
But I've got two.
Yeah, we need some up. We need some up.
Two good things. I'm going to give you an up. Definitely an up. Big thumbs up.
Okay.
Instruments of Destruction, which I'm playing on PS5. This came out of nowhere. I didn't know anything about it. I got a random PR email, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take a risk on this because this looks fun. And it was fun. It is fun. I don't know who this comes from. Like probably a really small development house. What it is a very straightforward physics action game. Kind of reminds me of Blast Corps from N64 way back a million years ago. Did you ever play that?
Okay, I'm listening.
So what you do is...
It's, sorry. It's Radian Games.
Okay, thank you. So what you do is you go to these random islands. This is gamified as fuck, dude. This is not a sim. This is not real life in any way, shape, or form. This is just video game, and that's A-okay with me. So like what you do is you get dropped off on these small islands. And these islands have little buildings on them, little fakey, made of wood blocks or whatever, Lincoln logs, whatever. And you have these fucking weird ass vehicles. They're all crazy. The very first one is like 3 chainsaws strapped to like a wheel or some shit like that. And like the next one is like a gun that's on tank treads. And there's one that like floats. And like they're all fucking weird, like these bizarre vehicles. And so you go to the island, you start with your vehicle and just blow shit up. That's all you got to do. Blow shit up. And like sometimes there's like destroy 95% of things or destroy 75% of things. Sometimes there's a time limit. Sometimes there's a limit of ammo. There's always some kind of like gameplay limitation to kind of make it gamified. It's not just a sandbox experience, which I appreciate because I don't like sandbox very much. But this one has very clear goals, very straightforward. And the whole fun of it is just like, goddamn, these vehicles are weird, and like it controls weird, and everyone controls different from the last one. And this one's got rockets, and this one's got saws, and this one bends in the middle, and this one floats. And what do I do with this? And just kind of the weird, fun joy of like discovering these crazy vehicles and seeing how they all work together and what do they do and how do you destroy 10 buildings within 30 seconds with this thing that looks like an L shape with a wheelbarrow on it and stuff like that. Like it's all just fucking crazy. So I just like that simplicity and the fun and the joy of just like, yo, this is a game ass game and we're going to do game ass shit here. And if you want to do some of this stuff, we're doing it. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm on board, man. They're all bite-sized levels. You can jump in, jump out. They have some stuff you can unlock. That's pretty straightforward and fun. And I think there's little bonus levels that you can unlock. I mean, you get rated like 3 stars on each mission. And the more stars you get, the more bonus missions you unlock, the more bonus vehicles you unlock, which is fucking dope. I think that's all really good. I think in one of the modes, you can get outside the campaign. I think it's 50 missions in the campaign. Outside the campaign, you can make your own vehicles if you want to take some of these parts and you can put them together. I didn't mess with that too much. It seemed pretty complicated. And I'm like, that's cool. Thank you for putting it in here. I don't need that, but I'm glad it's here. But just playing the straight up campaign of Instruments Destruction, just fucking fun, dude. Like, you just don't got to think about it too hard. You don't got to like, you're just flying this little hovercraft around and it only goes to the left or some shit. And you're like, that's weird. But it's also got this giant gun on it and that's weird. And this is fun and I'm having fun and just simple, low calorie, but really well done, really cute. I think it's just a fun game ass game, dude. Having a blast with it.
Blast, hey, pun intended. Blast core.
Exactly, having a blast. I think it's super fun. Good times.
Looking at the videos and pictures of it reminds me of Teardown in a way too.
Oh yeah, very much like Teardown. Yeah, I played Teardown too. Yep, it's like Teardown, it's like Blast core. You're just blowing shit up, man.
Just fun. Okay, well, that's a good up one. That seems positive and fun.
Yeah, big thumbs up. If you want something simple, straightforward, and just blow shit up and have these weird fucking vehicles, which are half the fun in itself, definitely a win. Big time, liking it a lot. All right. Carlos, I am curious, very curious to hear what you have to say about Outer Worlds 2. I played the first one, and it was pretty good. It didn't hook me all the way. I know you were a bigger fan of it than I was, but what's going on with Outer Worlds 2, man?
Well, this is my Debbie Downer episode.
Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't sure. I was a little surprised.
I mean, literally, I think I have not liked anything I talked about, which I'm straight up,
sometimes that happens. It happens sometimes.
Riding my Brad face today. I don't know what
wow. I don't know what that means either. Let's not dwell on that.
Yeah,
let's not dwell on that.
I'm wearing my Brad face.
Riding my Brad face. I don't think that's the thing we're supposed to say.
Don't make that the name of the episode, please.
I certainly will not. No way.
So I think I liked Outer Worlds 1 more than you.
You did.
Played it, beat it. One thing I'll say why I liked Outer Worlds 1, I could play melee. My melee got OP at some point, and I liked my companions a lot. I actually liked what they went through. We talked about this on the show, I remember.
Oh, yeah, we covered it on the show.
Because they had companion quests.
They did.
And I remember Outer Worlds, this is important to talk about before the second game. The companion quests I really cared about, and there's this one woman, I can't remember her name, sorry, but like I really was invested in her story.
She was like the lesbian mechanic or whatever, was your friend,
yes,
right?
Yes. And so much so that I did every single one of her companion quests when it came out.
Yeah, she was like the fan favorite character. Everybody loved her.
I had to figure out what was going on with her, and then make decisions, because they did make it like a branching path, what do you decide for her? Man, oh man, was I invested. So I had 2 badass women companions. They were both melee with me, right? We were 3, I have lots of pictures of it. 3 melee people, 2 melee women who are just badass and that I cared about. I mean, that's a pretty good combo for a game. Also, it was pretty clear in that first game who the bad guys were, and that's important to bring up. And the corporation, blah, blah. And so, clear cut, loved it, beat it, played all the DLC. There was 1 or 2 DLCs.
At least 1, at least 2, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, second game, I want to love it, because I just love this world. The biggest problem in the beginning is I didn't care for anyone or anything. So like all the corporations, all the people you meet, Anti-Cleo, I think it's a combination now. The companies change. The company, capitalism, right? A version for that. And then the like authoritarian, government kind of faction. Both those are bad. Okay, they're both bad. Then you meet these nerdy people who I usually like, nerdy stuff, quantum physics, science. They're all awful. And I was like, oh, shit, nobody's good in this game.
So do you mean awful as in they're all evil, or you just didn't care for them as people?
Both. Because almost every faction has evil people in it doing stupid shit. And the very beginning, without a spoiler, is like this huge double-cross moment in the very beginning of the game. And you find out that some of that stuff was tied to all the different, factions you're going to meet. So you're like, oh, so everybody's in on it? So everybody sucks? So I hated everybody in the game. That's a problem. And then all my companions I didn't care for. I haven't met anybody I care for.
Really? Okay.
Not at all. I kept bringing the robot because the robot healed me. I was like, cool. We're just gonna have the robot.
Just go functional here. Yeah.
Functional. Give two shits about anybody in this game. I'm saying now, I don't care about anybody in this game.
Wow.
Like literally all the towns I'm like nobody. And here's the second to last thing. The dialogue's bad. So I don't want to make this point because I know I'll get your cockles up. But when you have the discussion about AI versus written, it's a fine line here, motherfucker. There's a fine line because everybody in the game that's written and voice acted, I don't believe them. I don't believe them as people. I don't believe them as human beings. This is a harsh review. This is a harsh episode.
This is the harshest you've been in a while.
I know. Because I care so much. You get mad when you care.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's when the disappointment hits the hardest.
Yes, and I love Obsidian, and I loved the first game. This is why this is important. The writing's all bad. All the people are bad. and everybody talks forever. They talk forever. And I know you hate this. They just expound. What's it? Expound?
Yeah, it could be expound. Yeah.
You just keep talking.
Yeah.
And I was like literally hitting skip on every fucking conversation.
Man, yeah.
And then you get to like the books you have to read and all that fucking computers. No, I'm not reading your fucking emails.
No, that's a hard pass, dude.
I'm not reading your fucking... And they want you to read the emails to get things, like to go to the next thing. Like sometimes you have to read that one thing that opens up a fucking quest.
Yeah.
So you had to read emails. I fucking am so mad about this. I didn't realize until I talked about it. So put that... Here, I'll simplify it. Put all that together. I don't care about the companies. I don't care about the factions. I don't want to join anybody. I don't want to do your side quests in any of your factions because I hate everybody. And then I don't like the people and I don't like my companions. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, I was going to say, why are you even playing this game, dude? This sounds
what
like
are you doing?
Every level is
I got to the
out.
very end. I'm literally at like 80% done. And I put it down. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to finish.
Yeah, I mean, this is... So that's just a waste of your time, right? You're burning your lifespan on this planet for this game you're not even enjoying.
Oh, there's one more bad thing?
Uh-oh. What is that?
Oh,
microtransactions?
Drink. No, I'm literally going to have a drink after this episode.
Oh, boy.
So upset. There is the worst armor defense system in any game I've ever played, probably. Because I don't understand what the armor does. I had, like, armor 22 out of, like, I don't know, 30. So, like, really strong armor. I would go up to regular-ass spiders in, like, a cave, and 3 hits, I'd be dead. I had the best armor, 3 hits, dead. Every single defensive thing doesn't work. Like, I don't know how many people aren't talking about this, like the reviewers. The defense doesn't work. I don't know what they want you to do.
Huh. That's weird.
There's, like, healing. There's, like, other things you can do. There's, like, powers. Your companions are doing things. It gets worse. Okay, so the armor's bad. And then you have an inhaler that heals you, but it runs out. It fucking runs out.
And so you
have to go back to a place to fucking like power it up, but you're in the middle of a cave.
It's like a flask in Dark Souls or something. You only got so many uses out of it.
Yeah, you don't have any. You don't have any left. And then if your companion doesn't have his like heal thing and it's on a cooldown, you're just stuck. You can't heal yourself. So I literally died so many times in this game from my armor and from running out of inhalers. And then I go, okay, buddy. All right, I can see the delete button. All right, let's just put that on.
I can see the delete button. It's right there.
It's right there. Let's just go do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
So I could not be more angry about this.
Okay, well, I guess you've answered my question whether you liked it or not. I think I do have a kind of a general feeling about where you land on this one.
I'll say one positive thing. It's still a beautiful world. They build a lot of beautiful worlds. Whimsical, cool. There's some humor. There's a lot there to like. I played 75% of it, right? I walked around, enjoyed this world they made. But the systems and what I had to do, I just didn't care about.
Oh, man. Interesting.
I know.
I guess that's the way that particular cookie crumbled. All right. I was not I'm not expecting that, but I hear what you're saying, man, for sure.
I didn't think you would, yeah, because I love the first.
You did. You liked it way more than I did, so. All right, well, let's end on a high note here.
Please do.
Yes, let's talk about Deathless, the Hero's Quest. Heard of this one?
All right, I'm looking it up. No, I'm looking it up.
This is a turn-based, run-based roguelike, so I'm back in my comfort zone here, as you all know. This is based on Eastern European mythology. I don't know if it's like... I don't know exactly specifically which country, but I am familiar with some of these terms and mythology and monsters and stuff because I've played other games like The Witcher or Black Book or other games of that nature where they kind of introduce Eastern European stuff. I'm not super mega familiar with all this stuff, but like I'm like, okay, I recognize this character, this monster. Basically, you have an evil somebody taking over the land, and you've got 4 heroes who are on individual journeys to stop the big bad. And I think that they're probably going to meet up at some point. But what you do in the beginning is you just pick one. You pick this lady who's got like a whip, and she is on the left side of the screen, 2D presentation, hand-drawn, and monsters on the right side of the screen. And you have your traditional roguelike map where you've got different nodes you can visit. You can choose between 3 options every single round. Sometimes there'll be an easy battle, sometimes there's a hard battle, sometimes there's a boss, sometimes there's a heal, sometimes there's a merchant, that kind of a thing. Pretty straightforward in that respect. And so you know, like many other games of this type, you just jump in and start making your way through. Now, what makes this game good and a standout, and I will say, I think this game is fantastic. I love it. I think it's actually quite good. It's very much in the Slay the Spire camp. So if you like games like Slay the Spire, I think it takes a lot of cues from that. But it's different, number one, because I think the theming, the Eastern European theming is very notable and different. And I will say the artwork is dynamite. You cannot tell how good it looks from screenshots. You have to actually see it in motion. And then you're like, oh shit, like this game actually looks like wow, like it looks really good. Okay, side note, Carlos, let's talk about AI for like a second. And I'm not saying I have not looked up any AI disclosure on this game yet. It didn't even occur to me until just now. But I don't know about you, but right now, whenever I see anything, there's a part of my brain that immediately goes, is this AI, yes or no? I can't even look at any cool pictures, funny movies, clips, memes, anything without some part of my brain going, is this AI? And I think I'm getting like AI paranoia where I think literally everything on Earth is made of AI now because half of it fucking is. Like, I don't know if you're on Instagram very much, but like every time I look at a video, I'll be like, oh, that's so funny. Oh, never mind. That's AI. And I'll go to send it to my wife and then I'll stop because I don't want to share AI stuff around. But there's just like so much out there, so much art, so much, a lot of people I follow, I'm in action figure circles a lot, and people are sharing animated movies that are animated by AI, or they're sharing conceptual art that was done by AI. And I'm like, dude, like, where's the artists? Where's people actually drawing stuff? Where's the stop motion animators actually animating the stuff? Like, it's so frustrating. So I don't know if this game is made in any way with AI. I haven't checked. But I will say that I think the artwork is really sharp, and I really hope an artist has drawn this. I think the animation is, like, shockingly good. And which makes me go, okay, this is probably a small team. Did they use AI for the animation? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know for sure. But a part of my brain is wondering. But that aside, and I'll find out after the show. That aside, I do think it looks like notably good. The colors are crisp, the lines are good, animation is good. I think it's a really nice looking game. God's honest truth, I hope it's not AI, because I'll feel bad. The systems, I think, are very well done. UI is great. Very clear UI. It's easy to tell what's going on. I think the way that the battles are laid out, very straightforward, easy to understand. I think the card descriptions are all just complicated enough, because I think a trap that a lot of these games fall into is that The card descriptions are so like, oh, if you've got this item plus you're down -3 points, then if it's the sunrise, then you can do this thing, and this is what happens. They get way too complicated, right? And I think that the level of complication I've seen so far, I've completed 1 run each with 2 of the 4 characters. I don't know if there's anybody else. So I've been through 2 complete runs so far, and I feel like the level of complexity that I've found is like perfect. Just enough. It's enough to make it feel like you're doing something, you're using strategy, but it's not so complicated that I have to like go to the codex every 5 seconds to find out what this thing is and what it does. So I think that works really well. I think the characters play very differently so far. The first character had a whip, and she could do like multi-strike attacks with the whip. She could also pull an enemy from the enemy line in front of her, and it would tank all the attacks for her, like unwillingly, which was pretty cool. The second character has a lot of little fairies that circle around her, and each fairy does something different for like automatic attacks, automatic defense every turn. So you kind of manage the fairies, and the fairies kind of do a lot of automatic stuff. She can summon like an illusion that will like have people deflect their attacks, and so you can like dodge really powerful hits. I think the character design really good so far. I think the ability design really good so far. I think the pathing through the games is very clear and easy to understand. Very well done. Like I said, it's not like reinventing anything. I think it's very much in the Slay the Spire mold, but it's every aspect of it really well done and really polished, really easy to engage with, easy to understand, lots of options. You can customize the experience for yourself to make it, harder or more easy, depending on what you're in the market for. There's also like little quests as you go through. Like as you go through each run, there are side missions you can do. There's bosses to fight, and just like all sorts of little ads and bonus perks and stuff that make each run really interesting and exciting. I'm looking forward to going through with the other 2 characters, and I think you've got to go through with each character at least twice in order to unlock the full ending. But honestly, it's not that tough. I finished, like I said, 2 runs already. Had a great time. Would be very happy to play that some more. Opening new cards, unlocking new powers. It's just a really, really well done game. The people who are designing this really thought it through, really have learned from others in the genre and have taken the right lessons and implemented those lessons properly. I think this game is just like a joy to play, like really delightful, really good. If you like turn-based roguelike, deck building, Slay the Spire, anything like that, I think this is right in that alley, and it just nails everything so perfectly. And I think the Eastern European lore is just icing on the cake, because it's a bunch of monsters we are not familiar with, a lot of character designs we are not familiar with, a lot of archetypes we are not familiar with. And the vibe of those things is great. My exposure to those has been very pleasant so far between, Witcher, Black Book, and a few other games I've played. I want to know more about this, and I think this game has a lot of that stuff to offer. So it's just a win. It's a win all the way across the board, man. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah, the art style is cool, and it reminded me of, this is another positive we can land on. People should check it out for sure. I like the art style as well. Clean and crisp, let's say.
Yeah,
clean and crisp.
Very, very much so.
It reminded me of Legend of Keepers. Remember Legend of Keepers? Oh,
yeah, Legend of Keepers. That was a great game.
Goblins
that was a great
Studio.
Game. Yeah.
Goblins Publishing. So then I just, for fun, looked up Goblins on Steam, and they have a new game that just released, which I think you would also like, which is called Runeborn.
Okay, I have not heard of it, but I like Goblin Studio.
And it's Goblin Studio, but the art looks similar, and it very like clean lines or whatever, and it's a gem game, like a kind of what's it called?
Match 3 or something?
Match kind of game. But then on top of that, there's another one called Decks of the Damned, and it's got like, it's all that same vibe of like strategy, figure it out, but also really cool art style and like an RPG feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you do that right, it can be super addictive and fun. And man, Legend of Keepers definitely kept my attention for a very long time.
That's a fucking great game. That's a good call. Legend of Keepers is just amazing. If anybody's listening hasn't played that, it's got to be $2 by now. I mean, it's been out for like years.
I'll look right now.
Yeah, go check. Absolutely worth playing for sure. I thought that was a marvelous game. That was one of the best games I think you've ever recommended to me.
Nice. It's still $20, but it's worth
still worth
$20.
Still worth
Holy
it.
crap!
So check out Legend of Keepers for sure.
Legend of Keepers and Decks of the Damned and Runeborn are their 2 new games, and the developer is actually playing Runeborn right now on Steam live.
Right, go check it out.
But check out that those are all a bunch of games. Your game and those 2.
Yeah. But the takeaway here, I don't want to take away from Deathless here, but man, what a great. It is a joy to play something that is clearly so well done. They really took the time to polish it. They really took the time to put the systems in place. They really thought it through. And I just really, really appreciate all of the I's being dotted and the T's being crossed, and how easy it is to engage with this game. I love it. I'm really, really pleased with it. So big ups for Deathless, The Hero's Quest. I think it's fantastic. So definitely check that one out. That is a good time.
Check it out.
Check it out. All right, Carlos, game stuff is over, but like many folks, you and I do spend a few minutes a week in front of screens that don't have menus or life bars. We got to talk about the TV and movie roundup. Sir, what do you got this week? Anything you want to shout out?
Well, I alluded to that I'm doing a podcast about The Chair Company. The Chair Company is a dark comedy with David Lynch kind of show. So it's really dark, and it's also very funny, and it's also weird, and it reminds me of a lot of the sketches that Tim has done on his show called I Think You Should Leave, one of my favorite shows. So if you like weird, if you like dark and funny, check it out. The Chair Company, it's on Max, HBO Max.
The Chair Company, like you're sitting on a chair?
Yeah, the plot is that it doesn't have to really be anything because it's Tim and it's a weird brain and weird characters. But the character he plays is Ron, and he is doing he's trying to like make a mall. He's like working on a project to make a new mall, and he's like, an in between like middle management kind of role. But he's like heading up this project, and he's giving this huge talk in front of the whole company. And he sits down on the chair, and it breaks, and he falls. And it's like a big embarrassing moment, which is classic for him because he loves like humor that's about embarrassment, And then he's like convinced that it's a conspiracy, that there's like something going on with these chairs because he tries to call them and he can't get through to their customer service. And there's a lot of metaphors I think you would actually appreciate about capitalism and customer service and like, you can't get anything done in this world, and he's just always angry, about like the state of things. But then it turns like really weird. Like he meets weird characters by, trying to figure out this conspiracy. It gets bizarre. It gets really bizarre. So we're doing a podcast on it. So if you look up the Chair Company Files, that's our podcast. And I'm just like kind of obsessed with it.
Right on. Anything else you wanna give a mention to?
Yeah, I mean, hope you're watching it, but Pluribus.
I've had multiple people recommend it to me. I think a friend of the show, Mike Susky, mentioned it, and a couple of people have mentioned it, but I have not seen it yet. But people are like, just go into it cold, just go into it, and don't learn anything about. Don't watch the trailer. I'm like, okay, cool, noted, will do. And a lot of people liking it, but I haven't seen it yet. No.
Well, I won't say anything then.
But just watch it.
You should just watch it.
Just watch
it. Yeah, and know this for anybody listening and for you. The first episode's pretty rough in the fact that like I'm a very sensitized person.
Yeah.
And so if something like is kind of dramatic or traumatic, I can sometimes just nope out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this first episode is real rough. I mean, the general idea is that like the world's in trouble, right? And there's only going to be like a few people that like I can't say anymore. The world's in trouble, and you get to watch it be in trouble, and so that can be kind of traumatic.
Gotcha.
Because it's pretty harsh, and then that's over. So like episode 2 and 3, it's not about that anymore. So I definitely like got through it because I knew it was going to be a good show, and somebody who worked on Breaking Bad worked on it, or Better Call Saul or something, and it's just produced insanely good. It's huge metaphors about the world and society. It's an important show. I think it's really, really, really good. It's just that first episode's rough.
All right. Well, don't say any more. Everybody's been raving about it. But one question I do have to ask.
Yeah.
Is this a week by week show, or can you download the whole thing and just marathon
it?
Buddy.
I'm sorry.
How many episodes is it, and how many are out?
3 are out, and I don't know how many there are.
All right. So I'm going to wait till the end. I'm going to wait till all of them.
I know.
Because I can't deal with this week to week shit, dude. I just can't.
Well, don't watch Chair Company either then. And which, by the way, just to speak to the people who are listening who are with me, where we sometimes like to have it every week, it is an exciting water cooler moment, though, when it does work, right? So, like, I mean, I am biased because I have a podcast about the Chair Company, but, like, that next day, talking about it on our fan group and, and, like, doing a show about it.
I get it.
There's some fun there. So
I get why they do it. It makes sense to me, but that is just not something I like to engage in, so.
All right, wait on it, but you check it out.
Yeah, later. Everybody said watch it for sure, so we'll definitely it's on the list for sure.
All right.
Anything else?
What do you got? No, that's it for me. I mean, I'm watching a million other things, but I'll just do 2.
Okay. I will say the wife and I just watched, I want to say it's Upload season 4. Season 4.
Man.
Have you seen Upload?
I can't believe there's that many episodes. Yeah, I love the first season and then noped out.
Really? Why'd you nope out?
Oh, okay. Man, I cannot be more of a Debbie Downer this episode. But they do that thing with the pig fat or the cow. They're eating the cow stuff.
The
remember
genetically modified cow stuff?
Yeah, and it doesn't look good graphics wise. It's like unbelievable. Like doesn't
it's super gross.
seem
looking.
believable.
Yeah, it's weird and bizarre.
And it takes you out of it because you're like, oh, this is a show. They're making those are graphics that doesn't even look real, and it's gross. And I just fell off as soon as around that time period, like the main crux of that season one, you get what the stakes are.
Yeah.
And you could be downloaded, you could be sent to jail, and like, your whole existence is going to be this terrible gray area. All of it felt like the stakes were there. And then it just went away, and I cared less.
Interesting.
So that's why I just didn't care anymore. And it got weird.
Well, for people who don't know, Upload, like Carlos alluded to, it's a sci-fi, I guess, kind of somewhat comedy, where you are in the future, your consciousness can be uploaded to virtual worlds, but then there's always like capitalism, right? You got to pay for it, and there's limits about what you can do, and it seems like a perfect utopia, perfect answer, but then also money's got to come in and ruin the whole thing. And there's also nefarious corporations and stuff. I think the show is fantastic. We just watched season 4. It was a short season, only 4 episodes, because it was the end cap to all of the things. They wrap up everything. It ends. There's a definite ending, which is great. But I thought this show overall marvelous. I think probably one of my favorite shows from the last couple of years. I think the performances are great. The cast is all great. It's really funny, but it's also got a lot of heart. They do a lot of consumer and capitalist commentary. And just everything about it I thought was just really, really well done. I know the cow thing you're talking about is kind of gross, but it wasn't the stopping point for me that it was for you. And I think I'm really glad I'm glad I finished it, and I'm glad they got to finish it. I was really afraid that they were going to cut it off and just leave everything hanging. So they did come back and finish, which I'm grateful for. Loved it. I thought Upload was just so fun. Really enjoyed it.
All right.
Next thing I watched, Alice in Borderland season 3. This is the ultimate wrap up, I think, of the show, which I'm surprised by. Have you seen any of the show at all, Carlos, at all?
Just when you recommended it last time on the show. Yeah, so I think it's okay. Yeah, it's not my vibe, but I get it.
Yeah, it's like basically like a death game Japanese show where people, you don't really know what's going on, but people kind of wake up in this post-apocalyptic landscape where it's like a city, but there's nobody there. There's only a handful of people, and everybody who's left has to participate in a series of like death games, kind of like Squid Game a little bit. But there's some other metaphysical stuff that comes into it. And after season 2, I thought the ending to season 2 was miserable. I thought it like basically killed everything I thought was cool about the series, and I thought that was over. And I'm like, well, that sucked. Really liked the show a lot, and then they ended it this way. But then they brought back a season 3, and I was genuinely surprised. I didn't think there was any plans for season 3. They kind of fixed it a little bit. They kind of went back and undid some of the stuff they did in season 2 to make it less cheesy and stupid. And then it was cool. I mean, it was cool. There was a lot of emotional moments, a lot of metaphysical moments, but definitely worth watching. And I think overall as a series, Alice in Borderland is definitely worth watching. If you enjoy like the death game kind of genre, I think it's a good one. But there is some metaphysical stuff that might not land with everybody. So just heads up on that. But overall, I liked it. I'm glad we watched it.
Okay.
No comment from Carlos. He's done.
No, yeah.
The only other thing I'm going to mention is Peacemaker season 2. Did you watch any Peacemaker?
Oh, okay. There we go. We can land on it. We can finish on a positive.
Okay. So
right?
I love Peacemaker, dude. That show.
Okay, good. Okay.
That show is dope, dude. I think
Yeah.
John Cena is legitimately a good actor, and he's a good person. He holds the world record for Make-A-Wish Foundation wishes granted. So how can you hate on a dude like that? I think he stands up for trans rights. I mean, John Cena, as far as I can tell, exemplary human being. Plus, he's like built like a fucking brick house or whatever, dude. His like delts are bigger than my body. So anyway, season 2 of Peacemaker, he's the DC superhero. This ties into the Superman movie that just came out. James Gunn, the director, is doing a good job of doing the Marvel Universe MCU thing for the DC Universe now, and he's clearly
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say they retrofitted that ending.
They did.
They fixed it.
They did.
Yeah.
They fixed the ending. They changed things around. He's making all the pieces come together, and I think James Gunn is certainly the guy to do it. He did a great job in Marvel Universe, and now that he's at DC, he's doing an equally good job. I think Peacemaker is a fantastic series. John Cena does great. Everybody in the cast, fantastic. I think it's really funny. It's also violent, but there's like a lot of political commentary going on as well, a lot of social commentary, and also the characters are just great, man. I just love everything about Peacemaker. It's like a really, really fucking good show.
I love the world. I love the characters. Just like the opposite of Outer Worlds. Like I care about every one of them.
Yeah, for real.
You know, in their own weird way. They have their own flaws. They have their own positives. The music obviously is good. That song, that intro song is so like addictive to hear. And every time like they swear at the beginning of it, like I get excited. Remember that part? That one line, just like fucking, you know, something. They say fucking or something. Anyways,
the soundtrack is bananas, dude. I wouldn't say that I'm really like a metal or a heavy metal guy. I mean, I've listened to heavy metal. It's fine. I'm not against it at all. But like, if I was to choose to play something, I probably wouldn't play that. But like they pick a lot of banger songs on that show that I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna track that one down, or I'm gonna look these guys up or whatever.
And the theme song isn't even metal. It's like this kind of
it's kind of a different poppy kind of a thing.
The other day, by the way, I was at my little dive bar that I go to, and they played that song.
Oh, did they really?
Just like they picked it on the jukebox.
That's funny.
Yeah. I love that show.
Yeah.
I love that show. And I finished season 2 like in a heartbeat. And I was like, okay, I want more, especially how they ended it.
Oh, yeah. It took us like 1.5 days to watch that. We just like blitzed through all 8 episodes. We're like, one more. Yeah, dude, we love that show.
It's beautiful.
Peacemaker is fucking amazing. Okay. All right, folks, that is a show. Before the closing music, please leave a review, share the show on social media. And most important of all, please recommend So Videogames to your friends, because nothing beats word of mouth. As always, we want your questions and your comments. Hit me up directly, sovideogamespodcast@gmail.com, or on social media. I'm on Instagram and Blue Sky right now. It's my name, BradGallaway, all A's, no O's. Carlos, where can people find you?
Carlos Rodella, Rodela, anywhere. Humble brag, but it's just like Google. But also Glitch to the Ground, so GTTG or Glitch to the Ground on YouTube and everywhere. And then the Chair Company Files. If you go to Facebook, believe it or not, I'm using Facebook again for this podcast.
Wow.
Because there's like Facebook groups still
a thing.
Fun.
Still a thing.
Yeah. So the Chair Company Files, if you search for that on Facebook, like you'll find us. And if you're like a nerd for the show like us, like come talk with us about it. Yeah, I've never like pimped Facebook.
Wow, Facebook. I think that's our first Facebook.
That might be our first one
ever on the show.
The Chair Company Files on Facebook.
462 episodes. It took that long for us to mention Facebook. Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, track Carlos down. Oh, the other way you can reach me is in the So Videogames Discord, totally free of charge. Hit me up, and I will send you an invite. You can come on board to continue the conversation. Finally, I skipped this at the beginning, but if you would like to support this very show and GameCritics.com, our sister site, if you'd like to help with the cost of running this podcast, you can do that over at patreon.com/the So Videogames Podcast. Every single dollar helps, and €1 helps that much more. That's going to do it, I think, for episode 462. Thank you again for joining me here on the So Videogames Podcast, and thank you for joining Carlos as well. And I'll see you next week.
And I'll see you when I'm in a better mood. Jeez Louise. What a harsh guy. Bye.